the world. With the area in the grip of a drought, this year's Toyota 1000 Desert Race was a dry and dusty affair. Crews faced an intimidating 478-kilometre racing section from Freiburg to Seven yesterday, returning to Freiburg along the same route today. With the traditional time trial no longer a feature of the event, Thursday was set aside for documentation and scrutineering, and in some cases, last-minute preparations. After 2 rounds in the Total GTE Off-Road Championship, Free State businessman and farmer Alfred van Vuren and navigator Piet Pelser top the Commercial Vehicles Championship log, while Lance Weideman has a 35-point lead over Wilfried Westlau in the Production Vehicle Championship. Harry Rocket Roscoe leads the Special Vehicle category by a mere 2 points from Derek Pinoy. Making a surprise return to the off-road scene was Springbok Bix Carolyn, who retired at the end of last season. Carolyn had entered a potent new Porsche-powered Raceco single-seater and was confident of success in an event where victory had eluded him in the past.
I've only come to do this one race, and I'll race 1 or 2 races, a club race or here and there. I'm really just going to put a little bit into the sport that I've had so much pleasure out of. And because this is the hardest race and the one that I've battled the most with, I decided this is the one I better have a go at.
Grass seeds are notorious for blocking radiators and in turn causing engines to overheat. Toyota's off-road coordinator and Kasi Kutsia's navigator Richard Leek explains what precautions the Toyota team takes.
We have a fine netting, Simmons mosquito netting, which we run on the front bull bar. We then run on the natural grill of the vehicle, and we then run a 3rd layer in front of the radiator. So there are gaps, air gaps between each one, so that as the grass comes in, shakes away and falls in between the gaps, and hopefully that should be sufficient for this event.
Radio 5 Sun City 400 winner Arnold Mattia had opted for Toyota power in his raceco.
Maar ons het baie spannend, ons nou 'n bietjie ongelukkig gehad met die engine wat opgepak het, so ons het nou 'n Toyota masjien ingesit en ons is volmoed. Ons is regtig, ons het baie parte van Amerika van gekry en ons is volmoed dat die krag is daar, alles is reg. Ons hoop net, ons het nie baie tyd gehad om te toets nie, maar ek is seker daarvan ons sal daar wees.
This year.
Special Vehicle Championship leader Harry Roscoe has been a long-time supporter of Class 9.
I've held the Class 9 together, you know. I think, and a lot of guys have been encouraged by the fact that I'm doing quite well, or I did quite well. That there is a chance that they can do well. For me, I enjoy it to be on my own. And the competition I look forward to, especially Bix.
The motorcycle categories are as competitive as ever, and the 200 class...
It should be all round, it should work out very well.
Driver's briefing is very much part and parcel of any form of motorsport and is the last opportunity for competitors to receive the latest information regarding the timetable, route changes and the like. The route for the Toyota 1000 Desert Race provides an interesting mix of farmlands, bushveld tracks and dry river beds, with a feature of the event being the high speeds attained by cars and motorcycles. As always, the vehicle competitors faced a chilly pre-dawn start to proceedings on Friday morning when their cars were released from the impound or parc fermé. Many were still attending to last-minute adjustments before heading to the start line.
The most important thing is really not to hold any one of the faster cars up, you know, because we are right in front and we must watch our mirrors and not to hold anybody up.
Being a trucking guy, I believe the trucks are going to give the Sandmasters a real run for their money, but of course let's see what happens at the end of the day. And I think the real race, as we all know, really starts at about the midway point tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you've got to actually pace yourself. That's the key on these 1,000-kilometre events. Don't try and get involved in a dogfight to start off with. I think people tend to get lost because they're in such a hurry to overtake and do that. Rather just sit back and watch and then work yourself towards the front.
Die reisies gaan enige oomblik begin. Die drukking is definitief op ek en Richard. Ek glo nog ons het 'n goeie kans om hierdie Spice Frames te vang vandag. Dis 1000 km, ons kan dit nie vandag wen nie. So die taktiek is net om dit redelik 'n goeie pas te handhaaf en natuurlik môre in die eerste plek weg te sprint terug die 500 km terug.
So it's a weight for age race, so they told me because I put on a bit of weight, I can't take 2 guys in the car, so I'm going on my own.
So dit sal ons nie pla as iemand by ons verbykom nie. As ons onder die eerste 5 op se wen is, dan is ons baie gelukkig. Want die groot ry is môre om terug te kom.
You know what's so great when you come and you've won the race, you've done it. There's not too many people who won this race. It's great to come and have fun for a change.
So you're not out there to win today?
Well, today we don't win, tomorrow we're going to win.
Starting positions were determined by a seeded draw, with local farmer Arpi Reinecker and his navigator Lucas Dreyer being first away in the Sasol Ford Courier. Local farmer Arpi Reinecker and navigator Lucas Dreyer were in a confident frame of mind and would rely heavily on their knowledge of local conditions in their quest for victory.